When you first open Video Jelly, it's going to look something like this. First thing we're going to need to do is open a file. Now that you have your video file, the first thing you're going to do is add it to your playlist. The playlist is a list of files you're currently using to edit your video. To edit this video to the playlist, simply click the plus mark over here. As you can see, the video is now under the playlist. This will make it easier to organize your files if you're making a larger project. Now that that's taken care of, we can now start editing our video. For example, let's say you wanted to make the video shorter. To do that, let's first take a look at the video player. As you can see, it has all the standard options you would expect, such as play,
need a real estate agent, then
pause, options to play the video faster,
contact our professional and friendly team to learn more of it.
You also have options to go to the beginning of the video or the end of the video. You can also scrub through the video by simply clicking through it and dragging this point anywhere in the player that you want to go. Each video has a start point, which is this point here, and an end point, which is this point here. To make our video shorter, all we have to do is drag the start point in or the end point in. Now when we press our button to go back to the beginning of the video, you notice it actually goes to the beginning of this blue line instead of the very beginning. This is because this is our new start point.
Learn more about our range of custom and tailored services.
When we're done with that and making any other edits we want, it's time to add the clip to the timeline. The timeline determines the order in which items from your playlist play in order in your new video. For example, as we could see, this one video is our one item in our playlist, and we already have it selected as our clip. To add it to our timeline, we simply click the plus button below the timeline. Your clip will now appear in the timeline, and if you'll notice, it actually maintains your new start and end points. When an item's in the timeline, we can still make further adjustments to it. For example, if you decide you need more or less video from here, simply go to the sides of the video, and you'll see an arrow pointing left and an arrow pointing right. This will allow you to either push the video in or pull the video out. You can do this for the beginning as well.
Need a real estate agent?
This becomes incredibly useful when you have more items in the timeline. Now let's say we wanted to add an image to our video. To do this, we're simply going to open a file and select an image file. Be sure to add the image to your playlist in case we need it later. Now we can determine how long we want an image to appear in our video. In the properties menu on the left hand side, you'll see duration. Duration determines how many seconds an image will appear. Do note this is broken down into milliseconds, seconds, minutes, and hours. As in right now, this image is set to play for 4 milliseconds. This is probably too short, so we're going to go ahead and make this longer. To do that, we simply need to type how many seconds we want. First, I want 0 milliseconds. Then I'm going to come over to here, and I'm going to type 5 seconds. So now when I go to add the image to my timeline, it will appear for 5 seconds. Now let's say I wanted the image to appear in front of my video as an intro of sorts. To do that, I'm simply going to drag my video, which is this file, and I'm going to put it behind my image. Now I'm going to drag my image to the front of the timeline by going all the way to the left with it, and then I can drag my video back as well. Now when I play my video, we'll see we have the image at the beginning. Now that we're done with our video, it's time to save and export it. First, we're going to save our project. First, name the project anything you like. I'm going to name it 001 and click Save. This will allow us to come back to the project at any time by simply opening our project file. To export our completed video, we're going to hit the encode button at the top. This will open the encode dialog box. As you can see, there's many options and settings you can use to export your video. But by default, it'll match the first video you added to your playlist. We recommend going with these settings for compatibility reasons. To encode our file, simply click Encode File. This will give you the option to export your video as an MP4. So simply name it what you want, and I'm going to click Save. This will pop open the Jobs box. As you can see, we have one job pending, which is encoding our file. Do note this could take some time depending on the size of your video. Once the encode is done, you'll see Done in the job box. Now you can double click the file to see the done video.
Need a real estate agent? Then contact our professional and friendly team to learn more about our range of custom and tailored services.
You can now use and upload this video in any way you'd like.